Hello everyone, and welcome back. And this will be your general weekly reading for the sign of Gemini for the week of December 26th through to January 1st of 2023. And I would also like to thank everyone who has given my channel a thumbs up, subscribed, and left comments. Thank you very much for doing that. It is greatly appreciated. And I would also like to wish everyone a very happy New Year. All right, your first card out, Justice. So there you go. So you're starting off that maybe you need to get some legal counsel, or maybe you're having to go to court over some sort of court case, maybe even a witness to something. You know, some sort of legal contract as well for some of you. And the Three of Rods. So looking out, wondering which way you're going. You know, you're waiting for your ships to come in, that sort of thing. You put some effort into something and now you want to see, you know, some sort of tangible goods come back. So there you go. You know, there's still plenty of uncertainties going on around in your mind, but nothing that is bad. And the Page of Wands. So this is going to be a long distance call for some of you. You know, this could be related to travel or jobs for some as well. So maybe you're getting that call that you always wanted. Maybe a friend of yours has put in a good word for you and you're getting that call to, you know, take a job someplace else. Something that really you've been longing for a long time. You know, and this could actually be quite an extremely long phone call for some of you. So there you go. You know, a different time zone. And the Six of Pentacles. So you're feeling, you know, generous, abundant. You know that you have enough. You're not wanting for anything. You're willing to share what you have. You know, you've learned a lot of lessons, you know, about asking for help when you need it, and you've learned to accept things. So you're willing to do your payback this week of helping someone else. So that's all right. That's a pretty nice thing to do for yourself and as well as for the person that you're helping. And the Judgment call. So you've put off making some sort of distance, you know, for yourself, some sort of long-term decision, you know, and you've put a lot of distance between you and that thought, but you're realizing that it's time up. It's time to face it. You know, tell yourself the truth. You're willing to, this week, actually shut the door on some people, places, and things that, you know, they don't make you happy. You know, when you talk to them, they make you feel bad about yourself and where you are in your life. So you're willing to cut them away from your life now. And you're okay with that. You know, you're no longer taking the verbal abuse from some people. You know, you've come to a new understanding of yourself this week that, you know, time's up. I'm willing to cut the cords and let things go out of my life. And the Ten of Rods. So definitely been putting a lot of work in, you know, feeling kind of burdened. Maybe that new job that you got entailed, you know, a lot more burdens than had been explained to you. So you're starting to feel that weighing quite heavy on yourself. You know, you're feeling like you're just being held back. So you're learning to delegate this week as well. You know, get the help you need from others. And when you're not getting it, you're going to say that I need help. So there you go. And the Page of Swords. So definitely, you know, it's some sort of storm warning coming in. You know, there's been some sort of blowout, you know, whether it's based on what you said or didn't say in some cases. You know, some sort of relationship is coming to an end. You're just had enough. You're not willing to fight anymore or argue over it. You just, you know, got the sword there and you're just going to sever it because you don't, you know, you want to fight fair and you don't want to keep, you know, feeling like you're unappreciated. And the Tower card. So there it is, you know. You've gotten that sudden flash of insight of where this is going to go and what it's going to do to you going forward. So now you're just, you understand where you stand. And this could be in finance as well as relationships. Maybe your boss isn't paying you fairly, or, maybe at home in your relationship or whatever, it's some sort of fallout that you've come to realize. This is your wake-up call. You're seeing it for all it's worth. You're no longer living in denial with yourself about what this is what's happening around you. So you're going to now take your leave and your attitude and move on. Most definitely moving on. There you go with the Six of Swords. You're realizing where you are. It's more verbal than it is worth it. And you're tired of going up the stream. You don't seem to be doing anything right. You don't seem to be pleasing anybody, or at least that's the way you feel about it. And you're now willing to, take what's rightfully yours and move forward in your own life. And you're going to be okay with that because you're moving to more happier times and more happier thoughts for yourself, instead of always being in a state of unhappiness. And the Five of Rods. So you feel like you've been in a competition for a while. Whether that's in reality or it's just in your mind, but you always feel like you're always having to prove yourself or stand out more than somebody else. And it's just wearing on you now. Whether the competition was real or not is irrelevant. You're just realizing that, you're tired of feeling like you're always in a state of war. So, and you're successful enough that you understand that you can do this on your own without having to keep carrying these burdens. And the Seven of Swords. So most definitely saving your reputation, keeping your good name, keeping to yourself, not letting a whole bunch of people in on what's going on. Maybe you've talked to a few, but other than that, you're not letting anybody know that, you already made that decision. And where you're going to go, how you're going to go about it. So you're just now decided that, enough is enough. You're protecting yourself and you're going to move forward. You're going to, shut the door behind you. You're creative enough that you can keep going in your own way, but you just don't want to air your dirty laundry with anybody. You just want to get out of this and be done. And the Temptress. There you go. So mixing of elements, this is affecting your health for some of you, and also affecting your harmony. Though, you're having peace of mind, but you're not really having peace of mind. It's not the contentment that you were hoping for. Maybe there's a family member that you haven't seen or talked to for a while, and maybe that's the person that you're talking to, and which helps you cross over onto your own path. And the King of Swords. So, there you are, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So you're very talented. You're very straightforward. Yes, sometimes when you go to talk to somebody, it seems more like you're attacking rather than, trying to get your point across. We've all had that mistake made. So you're trying to find a solution to what's going on, and get credit for the work that you've done. But you're choosing to, to think outside the box for yourself this week and realize where you got to go to be more happy. There's a time that, yes, you don't mind being alone, and other times you don't like to be alone, and that's everybody as well. So this is the week that you're willing to say, that's enough. And the Hermit, there you go. So taking a well-deserved time for yourself. Shutting off the phones. You're just shutting down everybody this week. You're taking a time out for yourself. You're really thinking about where you are, asking yourself some pretty hard questions, whether you're happy, not happy, how much more you're going to take of this. Am I going to keep putting more effort into this? Those sort of questions. And the Strength card. So there you go. You're finally getting the pay raise that you wanted. You're learning to tame that impulses to just say, I'm done, and walking away. So you're learning to restrain yourself a little bit more. You're controlling your urges to, say things or do things. You're avoiding people, places, and things that just bring out the worst in you. And you're just keeping to yourself more. And the 9 of Pentacles. So you're quite independent. You know, you have enough for yourself. You realize that. You can take care of yourself. You don't need anybody else to do that for you. You know, financially as well as otherwise, you're quite content. You have more than, you know, what you need. You're quite content with all that you've accomplished. So you're taking that time out, really thinking about what you're willing to keep putting in and sacrificing, and are you getting anything out of it? So you got some big questions going on here. You've started to, you know, realize where people are and what they're doing and who's on your side and not. So some big decisions, Gemini. All right, I'm shuffling you your Angel Oracle card, and we'll see. All right. I am the angel of marriage, and I am assisting you right now. So maybe you're having an issue with your relationships for sure. All right. And on that note, I will say goodbye for now, and I will talk to you again next week. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and bye for now.